I'm Roswell Royce Laurie. Welcome to Cool Folks Who Love to Bachata. Okay. Those people that are always clapping, they look super happy. I don't even know who they are. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Welcome to the summer edition of Cool Folks Who Like the Bachata, live with members from all over the world. We're going from California to New York, from New York to Japan, from Japan to London, from London to Texas, all over the world. We're going live with members of Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata this summer. We have the opportunity to learn a little bit more about them. Not only their postings, but who they are. What do they do when they're not dancing? What do they do with their family? What do they do with their free time? How did they start their journey? We also want to know about their events. We also want to know about advice they have for children and advice they have for organizers. We just want to get to know them a little bit more, right? So guys, I started this process at the beginning of this year, and it was good. It was good. Social media asked if I can continue doing this summer, and I am. The month of July was dedicated to interviews almost every day. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that participated in our interviews just for the month of July. Sadly to say, we have 3 more interviews left before I take a long vacation. Yes, I need like a month to recuperate. These interviews can become tiresome. It's exhausting. I love doing it, but hey, my family is like, Roswell, when are you going to spend summer with us? So I said August. So after Monday, taking a month off, no interviews, and we're going to start this back up in the autumn of 2023, right? But instead of just having cool folks who love the bachata come talk with me about their events and stuff, let's add to that. Let's make it a little bit more unique, right? I'm going to bring other personalities in. I'm going to bring people like doctors and lawyers, real estate people, whoever you can think of. They can come live with me, talk with us, and they can have some information for the dance world. Maybe it's medical information, legal information, real estate information, what it may be to you guys. And maybe, it might be helpful to what they have to say. I'm also going to continue talking with cool folks who love the bachata, just as I've been doing so far. Guys, tonight I'm going to have Espinoza. She's in Florida. She's going to join us. She's the owner and founder of Dance in Motion School of the Arts. Right? I'm very proud that Maria is going to join us, and we're going to talk about what it's like being an. And I have a few questions that I would like to ask Maria and get her opinion on some stuff. But before I bring Maria on, I just want to say tomorrow I'm having an interview with Kelvin and Sophie, also in Florida. So that's going to be a big one also. So guys, please join us. And Monday, the beautiful Tabitha from Maryland is going to join us. Okay? So guys, after Maria, 2 more interviews and that's it. But guess what? All the interviews are on our YouTube channel. Yes, we have our own YouTube channel, Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata. So guys, please subscribe. It's free. You can see all the interviews I've been doing this last year and upcoming interviews as well. And I'm also going to begin sharing your postings, like videos, dance stuff. YouTube is giving me the legal rights to do that. So I just want to, do something a little bit more different. Okay. So please subscribe. It's YouTube Bachata. A couple quick announcements. Cassandra de Mercedes. She's having her event in Dominican Republic on October 23rd to the 29th. She has offered to give discounts to every Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata member who's going to participate in the event. Please reach out to her or reach out to me for the code. And so if you guys are looking to go to DR in October, check with Cassandra. Okay. My good friend Lee has also offered discounts to members of Cool Folks Who Love the Bachata who are planning to come this August to the DCBX event. Check with Lee. Let them know you're a member of Cool Folks. I also have the discount code if you guys need. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate it. This weekend, oh God, the last weekend of July. Martin Barrio from Florida. He's having my Oh My Goddess Weekender event, July 28th in Miami. That's going to be a good one. If you guys are going to be in California, my friend Larry Tawney is having the Peruvian Independence Day social on July 29th. If you guys are in California, check that out. Or if you guys are in Chicago, my good friend Timothy Courier has the Chicago Loves Bachata Yacht Party, July 29th. There we go. We have events all over the world, and it continues and it continues and it continues. Check out our event page for all the events that I share and you guys share from all around the world. Okay? Okay, guys. Me talking, so let me have Maria come join me. All right? Maria, hello.
Hi, everyone.
I never really met you before, but I love how you did your hair. It's gorgeous,
Thank you.
And welcome. And you're in Florida, right?
I am. I'm in Tampa. Yes.
Tampa. Okay. Oh, Tampa. 2 of my good friends are in that area. Tamara Salsa and Bernie.
Yeah.
They're always telling me, come down, hang out with them, and I've been in the South in Atlanta since this past November, and every time I go to Florida, I just skip Tampa and I just head to Miami and Orlando.
Oh no, you got to come to Tampa.
Tamara is like, Roswell, hey, don't you love me? I'm like, yeah, I do, but I want to hang out with my boys in Miami and Orlando. Tamara, no, but when I come back for the winter down south, I definitely plan to come to Tampa, say hello to Bernie, Tamara, and now you.
Yes, absolutely. Come
I think
visit me at
Nydia,
the
I
studio.
think Nydia, a woman named Nydia Cortez is that Sarasota? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to come say hello to all of you when I'm in Tampa.
Nice. Awesome.
So, Maria, I know you're the owner and the founder of Dance in Motion Arts. You're an owner and a founder. So to do those things, that's a big responsibility, you know? I mean, obviously you got to be on time, which I still need to work on because everyone knows, time management is not. Anyway, so, but you're an owner and a founder, so you must be very management, you know, and you must be very skilled and professional and sharp, and you have a family and you also have a lot of other stuff going on. So if you don't mind me asking you, tell everyone a little bit about you if you don't mind, please.
So I was born and raised in New York. I was born in the Bronx, but I was raised in Long Island. Um, Dance has always been a part of my life. My mom is Puerto Rican. My father is from Peru. I have an older sister. And dance has always been a part of our lives. So since I can remember, I've always taken ballet classes, tap dancing classes. I was always a choreographer in my, elementary, doing all talent shows that I can do, or in the middle school or high school. I was captain of dance teams that were in the school, and I would gather the girls into our basement in New York and come up for routines and practice, and we would do it in the local basketball games, or St. Patrick's Day Parade, or Puerto Rican Day Parade. That was a big part of our growing up. And then before I had children, I was always dancing. I was always doing something that had to do with music. Then life hit. I was a young mom and I was a young wife at 18, my first marriage, and that stopped. Not the love for dancing or music, right? That doesn't ever stop, but you have other things that you have to focus on. And then I moved to Florida right before September 11th. So September 1st, 2001, I moved to Florida. And I found dancing again when I moved to Florida. And I want to say dancing is what kept me in Florida because, of course, you're homesick, right? You leave New York, somewhere where all your friends are at and your family, and it's different. It's a different lifestyle from New York and Florida. But dancing is what kept me here. Meeting the people that you meet, all different types of people, all different walks of life, different professions, different ages. And they're all there for one reason, because they love to dance. So that started my journey again in dancing. And then I trained under certain instructors. And then it was time. It was time for me. I always dreamt of being a choreographer, always, since I can remember. I've always been a teacher in some way, somehow. I've always created. I always liked to create routines for fun or for whatever the case may be. And in New York, I was also a teacher for mentally retarded and autistic adults for years. So teaching is in me. So it was time, after I trained a little bit, and it was time for me to move on and do what I needed to do for myself and follow my dreams. And that's when I opened up Dance in Motion 13 years ago. November will be 13 years that I opened up Dance in Motion. And the reason why it's called Dance and Motion School of the Arts is because I didn't want it just to be a salsa school. I wanted it to be a school that included all different types of dances. Because I grew up dancing to everything, not just salsa and bachata, right? Hip hop, freestyle, R&B, all of that. So I wanted to keep that. I wanted to make sure that that was still a part of my life. So that's why the school is called School of the Arts, because it's not just about salsa and bachata. In the school, we teach primarily salsa bachata, but I also teach cha-cha-cha, guajira, so I teach other, Latin dances. We have a hip hop teacher there now. We have an urban kizomba teacher there. We have casino salsa. We have contemporary. So we have a lot of different things. So little by little, I'm incorporating those different styles, like I've always dreamed of to have at the school. And that's pretty much it. I'm married. We're a blended family. So between my husband and I, we have 5 boys that I raised that lived with me. So it wasn't an every other weekend kind of thing. I raised them. So they're my boys. So total together, we have 5 boys and we have 3 grandchildren. So we're very busy. Very, very, very busy family. Absolutely.
You have 5 boys?
5 boys and 3 grandchildren.
Oh my God. So what? 5. I'm still working on number 1 here, and you got 5. I gotta speed it up.
Right.
So what is like? So I gotta start asking you this, like to have 5. I could see. I mean, 'cause, my sister has 3 of them, and she already lost most of her hair, and she's like in her early mid-50s and whatever. I mean, she's I don't know, but 5 boys, I don't know many.
Very challenging. It was very, very, and it still is. I still have 1 minor at home. He's 17, so he'll be 18 in September. But then he's like my husband says, the last of the Mohicans. And then we're really enjoying our 3 grandchildren for sure. Yes.
And you don't look like a grandma at all.
Everyone tells me that, but I am. I was a young mom. I was a mom at 18. So my son that is now 28, I'm 46. So my son that is 28, he made me a grandma. And my husband's oldest son, which is 32, made us a grandma also. So yeah, so those are the 2 that we have. They're going to be 7. And so at 40, they made me a grandma. So I was a young grandma.
No, that's great. I mean, you said you were 18, right, when you had your first?
When I got married and had my first son. Yes.
I noticed that because my brother, I'm from the West Indies, right? I have no Hispanic blood in me, but my brother's married to a woman from PR. Mm-hmm. So before she married my brother, I think she had like her first kid, I think maybe around your age, mm-hmm. And now she's like almost 40, and now she can do stuff with her son because he's like
right.
Late 20s, and they can do stuff together. Mm-hmm. So even my mom, I think she got my sister when she was 16. But I don't get it nowadays. The new generation, they have kids they're like 40 or 50, or now they have like what you call those implants like stuff, so women can get babies in their 50s and 60s. Right. Back in your days, my mom's days, and my sister's days and stuff, they didn't really have those stuff. So people had to. I mean, more women, they had to get children when they're younger. So, no, wow, this is probably a different interview in itself. I'm so stunned. I didn't even tell me. I didn't really look at your profile. I don't know much about you. I didn't even know you. I mean, I must say maybe 1 or 2, but 5 boys. I'm like, wow. So, how does it feel like? I mean, my God, you are definitely a working mom, and there's no doubt about it. How does it feel like? To be the mom of 5 boys? You have a husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still look super gorgeous.
Thank you.
No one will believe you're a grandma.
Thank you.
And you're the owner of Dance and Motion School of the Arts. You've been doing that for many, many years. And how do you? I don't know, man. How do you
manage?
Yeah, I know you're not on any prescription drugs. I mean, I know that you're not in any like rehab or whatever. I mean, you're just. Are you? Is it very? Are you religious? Like, how are you able to like? You're interviewing me. I mean, how secret, man? What is your
It's
secret?
very challenging. So, dancing really has saved my life. Dancing is something I was diagnosed in 2003 with multiple sclerosis, which almost made me stop dancing. A couple years ago, when I went into my neurologist, they're like, "We can't believe you have MS. You're the only patient that we have that is walking into our office." And I say, and I always say, and I always believe your mind is a powerful thing. So I always, because you misdiagnosed me, I don't have multiple sclerosis, right? So if I believe that, that's how I am. If I believe that, I'm going to be fine. So dancing saved my life, right? Because I should not, based on all of the MRIs and all of the scans and all of whatever, I should not be doing what I'm doing. So on top of having the 5 boys, having my own business, doing what I do, and zero energy because of my autoimmune disease, it's challenging. But I do have a good support system. I have a good circle that I have created. It's a small circle, right? 'Cause that's very important, especially as a business owner. It's very, very hard to trust people and to, in the world, right, as a business owner, because things can go a different way and can ruin you if you are not focused and you don't stay around that truly has your back. And my husband, so he is where I need help, he's there 100%. So that's important for sure. Absolutely.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, everything you said is super interesting. I like to be around positive people because, like, most of my life it was around negative people. I mean, like we were just talking about it before. I've been working in the legal field, and I don't know. No offense to all the attorneys, but like they're not that positive, and they bring you down. They're miserable. You know. And I meant to get a shot to dance in, but shot to like that a litigation loss.
Right.
It's kind of funny because I tried that a couple of times, like trying to bring the fun out of the people that I work with, and before you know it, they always analyze you no matter what you say. And I said, "It's bachata." They're like in their mind, they're like lawsuits. And I'm like, just relax your mind, guys. Forget about law, And they were like so negative. I'm like, so sometimes I have to bring myself away from that because that's like, And then when I enter the dance world, I feel, or go dancing, or go to an event, or talk to you, for example, I feel positive again. So I'm around positive people, again. So that's good. So it is. My mom always tells me, when you're around positive people, you feel positive.
Right.
If you're around negative people, that sort of like, if you're a kid, you hang out on the street with Mr. John Doe Jr., and then he does bad stuff and he curses and he does bad. He doesn't go to school. He's not going to, obviously you're going to follow him, and then you're going to be just like him, or her, just in trouble with the law and whatever. But then again, if you're around like or somebody else, and she's like courteous, she's respectful,
Absolutely.
she knows. She goes to school and she'd be successful. Then you might just. So I believe in that. I believe. So not everything is about nature. Some stuff are about nurture. There's always that fight with nature versus nurture. But and when it comes to being positive, I think that has a lot to do with nurture.
Right.
How you are. So it's good that you said that. Especially in a dance environment, especially what you do. Because you're like.
Absolutely.
You can't take a minute.
Right.
Yeah, you can't take a minute to sit down and be like, wow, should I have done this, or what could I have done? Like, and you just got to keep on going because you got the kid and then the husband
Right.
and then your job and then so you're like do, and you're positive, so that's very important. You know, it's very important. Um, what I wanted to ask is that New York. Okay,
Right.
you know where I'm from. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I know we never talked before. My family is from Guyana. My family is from uh, yes, I'm half. I mean, I think I'm a little Brazilian. I have to talk to my parents about this or my mom. I mean, my family's from Guyana. I'm like,
Okay.
my dad is half black, half white. My mom is Indian, but they're from Guyana. But then again, a lot of Guyanese people is near Brazil. So a lot of people look at me. They're like, "Are you sure you're not Brazilian?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't speak the language, but it's like like how New Jersey and New York, they're neighbors. New York City and New Jersey, and a lot of people like crisscross. It's like that. So my parents are from there, and I didn't
Right.
really grow up in the Latin community. I grew up in New Jersey. Then I began to move around. I lived in Delaware. Then I moved to D.C. Then Texas. Then Miami. Now Atlanta. So even though I'm originally from New Jersey, I'm not really from New Jersey because I travel a lot and stuff. So I guess what I'm trying to say is just that I never really grew up
Got it.
with like a lot of like
Right.
Hispanic culture and Dominican culture. It kind of happened,
Okay.
bachata kind of
Right.
happened because
Right.
I like when you said it saved you and stuff. It saved people in a lot of ways. It saved me from like jumping in front of a car literally and let end my life because I was going through, like I'm sure you can relate to this with your son, one of your sons. I was going, a girl like really like ripped my heart up, like Jill, you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't know how
Right.
to deal with it, and I used to
Right.
resent a lot of Dominicans and Hispanics. I'm like, I don't want to see you know, any of you
Oh,
guys. You're heartbroken, you become bitter, and so you can't think straight.
sure.
And if
Absolutely.
one Dominican is like this, and the rest of them is like that. And so, guess what I did? Because I don't like, I like to be cool. There's a reason I'm cool man who likes to bachata, and I don't like to be nasty. And then I began realizing that I am nasty, and then people noticed that, and I said, God, it's going to hurt my reputation and my stigma, and it's going to hurt me personally. So what did I do? I had so much hate and anger that I decided to listen to my first bachata song in my life. This was like maybe around 10 years ago.
Oh,
I didn't know anything what the guy was
okay.
saying, but for some odd reason, it hit me. It hit me here in the heart. Like the words and the sound, and like I absorbed everything the guy was saying, you know, about the song and
Wow.
stuff. And before you know it, I stopped listening to American music, and then I listened to the next day another bachata song, then another. Before you
Right.
know it, a few years go by, and well, I got Kufo to love the bachata, and I'm going here and I'm going there. Everywhere you go, I'm listening to bachata music and blah blah blah. So the funny thing about the story was that I never thought in a million years I would be here doing this, especially about the love for bachata, because my heart was so broken a long time ago. I didn't even want to listen to anything or be around any Latin culture or any people or any music because I was so heartbroken. Now it's like that's all I want to listen to. I want to be around. I met my friends. Like 90% of my friends are Hispanic now. I mean, it's like a big learning experience. So dance saved me, and it has different ways of saving people, but it saved me in a sense not only from a broken heart, but it saved me from I don't know. It just saved me from being stupid, from being low class, and it's from being closed minded. It made me into a better person. Maria, you ever hear these stories that when things happen to you, you don't know why it happens
Right.
to you, but it happens for a reason? Remember those when people tell you like things happen to you for a reason, but you don't know why, but everything will come together eventually? That's that's how I feel. How I feel. By having a broken heart, it kind of made me into the man I am. You know. So, um, so when you said, but the dance
Absolutely.
saved you, yeah, it did. Like, share
Sure.
that, share,
Everything happens
share
for a
that a
reason.
little bit
I'm a
more.
strong believer of that.
Mhm.
Right. For sure. Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, I hope. Let's see.
Hmm.
Uh, I might be losing you a little bit.
So
I see you smiling. Now
because
I
of the
can hear you
MS,
again. I'm
right?
sorry.
Because I do an event every March because March is MS awareness. So every month, every March, um, okay.
Uh-oh. Oh no, Maria, and I wanted to hear that response so quickly.
Okay,
Wait.
better?
I can't. Much better. Yeah. You're not on a little like speaker or
Is
whatever.
it better?
No. Yes, much better. Yeah. Whatever you do, stay where you are. Don't breathe.
We
Right.
better?
Just
We
yes.
better?
Yeah. Much better.
Can you hear me?
Much better. Yeah.
I can hear you perfectly fine.
Yeah. I can hear you. You were just freezing up a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. Okay.
Can you hear?
Um. Now I can hear
No,
you.
not at all.
Yes.
I'm on my
Now.
laptop. Mhm. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't do anything. Yeah. I didn't do anything. But yeah, no. So can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Yes. I can hear you
Can you
better.
hear me?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you want to answer the question about that, how Dan saved me? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So yeah. So with them, can you hear me? Diagnosed with MS, it pretty much just gave me an outlet,
Mm,
right? So something that I was able to focus on and not focus on the negative.
mm,
So for sure, that's
mm,
that has helped me and has healed me. Dance has healed me in ways that medicine can.
mm.
Can you hear me?
Maria, let me ask you a quick question. Hold on for a second. Let me do this.
Can you hear me?
Let me log you off and log back on. Okay? Let me log you off and then log back on. Is that okay?
I don't hear you. I don't know. I can
Hold
see
on
you,
for a
but I can't.
second. Okay. Let me uh
Okay.
okay, hold
Sure.
on for a second. I'm going to, I'll log back. Okay, hold on for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now say something. Say hello or hola.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me? Is this much better?
Hello.
Uh, um,
Hi. Nothing has changed.
okay. Uh, yes. Yes. Okay. So everyone, I asked Maria if she can log back on, log back off. Sorry about that, but 'cause I know we're having some rain here and could be the internet connection. Yeah. So I'm gonna have Maria like log back on, log back off for 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Sorry, just it's been raining, like a lot this week, and like the cable and stuff. So, and I want to make sure that when my guests respond, that everyone can hear. So yeah, so Maria's gonna log back on in a second. So, but yeah, I just want to say real quickly that we're gonna continue these live interviews in the autumn of 2023. It's going to be like a weekly thing. like an hour, like one night during the week, and I'm gonna bring like different people on. Maybe a chiropractor. He can give advice to dancers who might have like issues with the joints or the backs. Maybe someone with a legal background can give advice about contracts and contract laws and stuff like that. um, Maybe someone about like a beautician that can talk about like haircuts or like uh, famous clothing or so. So yeah, yeah. So I just thought it's going to be a lot of interesting to do that, and see how it goes. I'm also going to bring back some of our guests who interviewed with me this year, so they can talk to you guys a little bit more about their upcoming events and everything else. Um, so while Maria logs back on, um, I'm also going to say this that I am planning to have the Cool Folks Love the Anniversary event again this year. And I do have an organizer in mind that I would like to do it. Uh, a couple years ago, we had a Central Movement in New York who hosted it, and then last year we had a Dance Awakening from Miami. So this year we're going to have someone different, someone new from a different location, a different state in the United States that's going to host it. So I'm going to make that announcement very soon. Um, Also, I'm going to ask you guys if you guys can like please begin following me on Instagram. And yeah, and then because I'm going to begin posting like most of your events and everything on our Instagram page in addition to Facebook. Um, let's see, stuff we can talk about until like Maria like come back on. Um, I'm going to see if actually Maria is back on. Okay, Maria, you're back. Don't go anywhere. Just don't go anywhere. I was running out of stuff to say. I was like, okay. I'm like, I know I told her to come back. And then I'm like, oh God, her husband's like, don't talk to that crazy man again. He's wearing a crazy shirt. Get away from it. I'm like, no, I'm a nice guy. I'm sorry about that. It could be because of the rain. We've been having a lot of rain all over the country this summer. I thought it was only like
Yes, we
a
have.
Georgia thing. Yeah, it's like everywhere, and it's
Right.
I don't know, could be that. Anyway, thanks for coming back. So please answer that wonderful uh, uh, response you were
Sure.
about to give. Yeah, how Dan saved you, and yeah, please tell us once again. I know
Yes,
you were yeah.
absolutely. So I feel that dance have saved me with my MS because dance does something to your body, to your mind, to your soul that no medicine can do. So it's helped me stay focused, stay and wasn't for dance, I probably would be in a wheelchair like all the doctors say that I should be right now, that I should not be doing what I'm doing. So that's why I say dance is just, and when everyone says, what do you do? The doctors say, what do you do? I just dance. That's really, I don't take any medicine for MS. I refuse all medicine, and dance is my medicine, my therapy.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Um, interesting because like this goes to show you, Maria, about mind. The mind is mind over body. And I had this. Who did I have this talk with?
Absolutely.
Oh God, was it Ellen? I forgot. So one of the guests recently we had a talk about this mind over. I think it was Waldo. Mind over body. I majored in psychology, and there's a reason I majored in psychology, not because it was an easy way out to get a college degree, but mind over body is something that I use up to this day. I'll tell you something really funny, Maria. Whenever I get a super headache, right, instead of me like turning to aspirin or whatever, or I believe like it's gonna go away. I'm one of those. I don't know if it's spiritual or mind over body or Roswell over body or whatever it is,
Right.
but I just believe like I wait till it goes away. If I'm having a bad day, I keep to myself, or if I go dancing and I know like I'm one of those people like I try not to turn to stuff or substances or I mean there's nothing wrong with that like medication all that I mean
Right.
or whatever I
Absolutely.
guess what my point of my story,
Right.
everyone, what I'm trying to say is that the mind is so powerful you have no idea. It can, like
Yeah.
like I heard in college that a lot of people that drank, which I don't, a lot of people that drank and they do stupid stuff, they use that as an excuse for doing stupid stuff. But when you think about it, that if their mind is still in control, no matter how drunk they are. Like
Hmm.
I mean, their mind is like weak, but it's still in control. And if you that
Right.
they have that mind over body stuff, then it can overcome the behavior that they do based on the alcohol effect. And it goes back to legal. Like I know you have some experience in the legal field. They say that like you hear those stories that people they take a gun or they take a knife and they do stupid stuff to their family or their friends and they blame it that oh they were under some type of pill or they were depressed or whatever. But then again when a psychologist like psychoanalyze them or whatever, they realize that their mind was more powerful than their body, but they still did what they had to do. I guess what I'm trying to say is that
Sure.
your mind is so powerful. It goes back to that story with the little lady. She's a little short lady. Her child, it's by her the car. She's fixing the car, changing a tire or something. The car falls on top of the child, and this lady literally lifts the car up with one hand, and the other hand just grab the child and say, "Oh my God, you remember that story? I don't know. I heard that story like long time ago." So the point of the story is that the mind is so powerful you have no idea, especially on a dance floor. This is a good example. The mind is
Right.
powerful because you have to remember when the music is blasting and you have a sore foot, or let's say your shoelace is open, or you just didn't eat dinner, or you're teaching, you're in a workshop, or like, the mind is really telling you, despite all of those stuff that's going on, you got to do
Sure.
what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And you
Absolutely.
should. You're an example of this because you have 5 kids, you have a husband, you're the owner and founder of dancing and stuff. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff your body tells you to do. Like you just said, with the problem that you had, and everyone's telling you, give it up, and then the wheelchair, that's your life, and all of that stuff. Physical stuff happened to you. It was there, there's facts, but because of your mind of to overcome those
Correct.
stuff and be like, I ain't gonna let it control me. I'm gonna control it.
Right. Right.
And I just want everyone to know that your mind is super 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 powerful. You guys have no idea how powerful it
Hmm.
is and where it can take you. But finish what you're saying. I didn't mean to go off in a different Roswell world, but
No,
finish
no,
what
no.
you're saying.
That's I always have that attitude. I always have that attitude or saying I don't have any time to be sick. There's too much that I need to do in this world that I don't have any time to be sick. That's how I live my life, pretty much.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, in the dance world, I realized something. A lot of dancers, they dance, and they dance. And I think the reason they do that because, you know, I, we don't know today,
Right.
we don't know if today's. So now about it after what you just, no, I'm really thinking about it because at first when I entered the dance world, I would be like, don't you guys have anything else to do but to dance? There's a whole world out there and dance, and dance. Are you going to get burnt out and tired? And then it hit me that you're there, everyone is dancing, and then you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to be around, so you might as well dance the night away, and because tomorrow may never happen. And
Right.
when you look at it in that logic, it makes me think, makes me appreciate more of what I'm doing.
Right.
So, but yeah, but I just wanted to bring that up, so everyone can appreciate the art of dancing and why they do what they do. Okay, um, Maria, I got a question for you. Okay,
Yes.
um, children, you love because you got five. Well,
Yes.
no, came up and they're like, I want to be like Roswell. I want to have my own, cool folks and have people like. Well, I don't know. Like, but no, but let's say no. Hold up. No, I thought about it. One of them do come up to you, and they do say, Mom, I'm going to be the next professional or DJ or professional crazy. Let's say they're serious about that. They're about to move out the house. They're like, I'm going to do it, and you
Right.
love them a lot, in the world and stuff. I mean, But what are you going? The little a little one, they could be, maybe kid, maybe can be your next another child. Okay, I'm definitely going to do this. What advice would you give the little one who would like to pursue the dance as a career?
Um, Go for it. Pretty much do it. Don't, if that's what you want to do, no matter what, for it. There's going to be a lot of challenges, definitely in the road, because unfortunately in the world of dance, there's not always great people that you encounter along your way, right? But you can't let that discourage you. If that's something that you want to do, if it's your passion and you want to do it, you just got to put 100% in. You've got to be committed. You've got to be disciplined, and make sure and focused, and make sure it's something you want to do. And when you get where you want to get to, wherever that is, whether it is, being a wonderful social dancer or being a great performer, traveling all over the world, or a dance teacher, owning your own. And always remember where you came from, because there's a lot of people that get to a certain spot or a certain, whatever in their dancing that they think that they forget that they were beginners once, for sure. They forget that when you go to these events, there's beginners there, and you were a beginner once, and you know how it feels, how nervous, how nerve-wracking it is to go to your first social. Ask them to dance. Ask them. It doesn't. Don't, because unfortunately there's a stigma, or you're supposed to look a certain way as a dancer, which I encountered that a lot in my life, a lot. Right, I'm not your typical salsa dancer, skinny mini, wear high heels and mini skirt, and just that's not the person that I am. And unfortunately, a lot of people have that image, right? And unfortunately, when you go to these events, a lot of girls, guys too, believe me, it doesn't only happen to the girls. They get left out because they could be awesome dancers, but they're not act dance. They're left out because of the way that they look, and that's unfortunate. Same thing for the leads, right? If there's a lead that may not as you would like them to be, or may not look like a dancer, or you don't want to be whatever, that's unfortunate, right? So to the young ones that are coming up, right, we want to change that, right? You want to be humble. You want to know. You want to always be a student. You don't ever want to think that you're so good that you don't need to learn anymore, because then unfortunately that's going to hinder you. That's not gonna, make you a better dancer, right? Your basics, your foundation. That's something that you always have to remember and go back. And you can never do your basic enough, right? You can never go back to your foundation and work on that enough. That is something for you to always go back to and to remember. Pretty much, I always tell my students, I've taught thousands of people. I've been a teacher for over 22 years. I have taught people that are now pro dancers. And I always say, don't forget where you came from. And they'll always come back home and say, hey, I'm never going to forget. They see, I'm like, okay, now can I take a private lesson with you, right? But that's the beauty about being a teacher, right? Showing them, giving them all these tools and letting them go out and, find in their journey. And of course, being their cheerleader on their side. But for the ones coming up, for sure, that is, for me, really, really important. For the number one thing is stay humble, stay kind to each other. Don't act like you're better, if that makes sense.
You know something? Whether you're married or not, I want to come right now to Tampa, give you a big hug. Forget the husband. I want to give you a big hug. I mean, I can take him down. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know how this guy looked like. No, but for seriously, I mean, what you said, it's like amazing. It's beyond amazing because, I see. Okay, I can't blame it on the younger ones, but I am. I think it's the younger ones that are more superficial, or they have that, that image in their head, like you were saying about the girl with the tight dress, and then the guy who's like,
Right,
that got to stop.
right,
I'm saying this to everyone
right,
and anyone that's listening to me. Okay,
right,
guys, for the sake of God, even if you don't believe in God, for the sake of God, you cannot do crap like that. All right, when you guys go to
right.
social, okay, when you guys go to social, leave all that macho stuff behind. All of that. Oh, people might talk if I
Absolutely.
dance with this big ugly girl. What happens if
Right,
I don't get married here?
right.
Like, what happens if like this is the last song? And guys, I guess what I'm trying to say, this is for the younger one because I don't want to stereotype, but the older generation, like we've been there, we've seen that. But I think it's especially the newbies. And I was one of them. Of course, when I started as a dance girl, I'm like, I'm gonna dance with this girl, and I had this image in my mind, and she's gonna look like this, and if she doesn't look like this, then I ain't dancing with her. And then I said to myself, I didn't get anywhere in life. You know what I'm saying? So this
Right,
is your example is on the spot,
right,
and I this is the reason. Okay, this is the reason I wanted you guys to come live with me.
right.
To talk about stuff like this. It's one thing to post something and put it on my page, but it's a whole different story to talk about stuff like you can't put this on a flyer. You know what I'm saying, Maria?
Right.
So for you to say what you say, it means a lot of sense, and I hope everyone is listening to this, especially the young ones. Leave all of that BS at home. If
Correct.
you guys gonna have that frame, you guys gonna be a lonely bachelor for the rest of your
Right.
life. So it doesn't
Right.
matter how you look, how the girl look. I mean, it's a professional environment. It's about respect. And Alan
Right.
Gates and I, we were talking about this last week. It's about respect on a dance floor. Okay, we're not talking about that crazy like American music and all that stuff. You grew up in high school and whatever. This is It's a new atmosphere. It's a professional atmosphere. Bachata, Latin dances are, you know, treat everyone the same, guys. Men,
Absolutely.
treat everyone the
Right.
same, despite how the girl look, despite how you. I mean, because come on, it
Right.
just, it just, it doesn't. And I don't. I mean, I'm happy you said that because I see that a lot. I go to different events. I see.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not saying
absolutely.
it's going to change overnight, Maria, but by you talking about it and by me
Right.
bringing it up, that's a
Right.
way of making things change and develop.
Right.
So by the
And
grace
people
of
come.
God, I'm happy that you mentioned this.
Right.
Go ahead.
And people come to dance. They come to dance class for all different reasons. You don't know why someone walks through the doors of a studio. It can be they're trying to get over the death of somebody, or they just left a bad relationship, or they're depressed, or whatever the case. One little word may say to them can set them back a whole lot. It's one of my rules that I have at my studio. I have it on my wall of my studio, and the biggest one is be kind to each other. There's no reason to be mean to anybody at all. Anyone walks through the doors of my studio, I'm never going to be mean to them. Never. Regardless if they don't get what I'm trying to teach them, if they make me do it 100 times, I'll do 100 times. Nicely, nice way. Like people come, and it's very unfortunate that I saw it when I was coming up in the world of dance, right? Because I've been heavy, and you passed on the person to you that maybe doesn't even know how to dance, but because she's pretty and she has a pretty dress and a mess, they're going to pick her at a different level. They're not going to give me an opportunity. And it's happening more and more to the guys, to the leads, because my leads come and tell me. And, I'm very close to my students. They can me in a lot of stuff. That infuriates me when my leads are saying a girl will just walk away from them on the dance floor or refuse to dance with them. And then another person comes up like 10 seconds later and they go off and dance with that person. And it's just very, very sad. It's very unfortunate. We're there to dance. It's an escape for most people. And you're doing that. It's just, that infuriates me. I'm very late. I'm very, when it comes to that, people being mean to each other, I just can't tolerate that. That really is a pet peeve of mine, for sure.
You mentioned the key word here. People come there to dance. That's strong, because I think I realized what could be the problem here with a lot of people. Okay, Marie, you know what my problem was at first when I started dancing and entering the dance world? You're gonna love this. Your son's gonna love this. I used to have this expectation, this Roswell vision in my head that I'm gonna walk in there, macho Roswell. This girl that in my mind, this dream that I developed, and I'm gonna get her, dance with her, marry her, have 500 kids, and let it be. God, look at me. I'm approaching the big 50, and then I still, I didn't. That vision never happened. So I guess what my point is that I think a good thing is that expectation. I think this could be very important here. I think a lot of people, especially the young ones, it could be human nature. They walk in there, before they open the door to enter the dance hall, they walk in there with a vision, their vision, not our vision, but their vision of what they want and who they want and all of that stuff. And that's not fair, because remember, it's a social. There's a reason they call it a social, not a private event, not a fraternity event, not a family. It's a social. So the word, guys, think about what social means. Be humble, be nice, be kind. And you just said it. You're on the spot. I didn't think about it now until you said it. I mean, I thought about it, but not much, like you said. Somebody could have a death in their family. They probably could be like me years ago, was about to kill myself because I had a broken heart. Some people just, So guys, I just want you to understand, if you guys are having expectation,
right,
men, okay, I'm on the guy's back. Hope they hook up with a chick and let it be, and then do it again next Saturday, and then write a book about it. That's not bachata. I don't know what that is, but that's not a social. That's not even close to bachata. That's not cha-cha. That's not salsa. That's what that is. So that's the problem, Marie, I think here. A lot of these people, the young ones, they have these expectations that they're gonna walk in here and this girl is gonna be like this, and That's the problem, I think, here. And I'm thinking about it after what you said.
right.
Walking here with a stupid expectation of how things are going to be. Stop that. Not you, Maria, but to everyone who's listening, guys, stop that, please.
Right.
That's not cool. Cool. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I didn't want to. But finish what you're gonna say, Maria. I keep interrupting you. Okay, finish what you're saying.
Right. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not cool at all. Right.
Right. Yeah. Let me bring up some of it to
No,
tape
no,
because I know
no, no.
you
No,
you're
you didn't
gonna.
interrupt me. No, you're correct.
I
No,
know you
that's
got up
right.
to your husband's like okay. Hold on for a second. I don't want him to beat the crap out of me for keeping you up late. I don't. I got enough problems as it is. Let me bring up this the tape that you want me to show everyone from dancing. The Dance and Motion School of the Art. I'm going to show this what you just shared to me. So let me just,
Sure.
like, 'cause I want to see it again. Okay, so let me just, and then we'll talk about it.
Absolutely. Okay.
Let's see. Where's the share button? Let's see. Okay. Share. Select a tab to share. Okay. Um. Okay. Here it is. All right. So let's play this. Wow, that's amazing. I like it. I like it so much. I got to play it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Look, I thought I played over and over. I got to play it again. I'm sorry. I got to play it again. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is like amazing. I saw my friend Miriam Watkins here. Okay,
Oh yeah.
I gotta see what shoes she wearing because she's one of my favorites. Okay, let's play this again. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna. Wow. Oh my God, Ace Fusion. Did you know Ace Fusion was here last weekend in New York performing?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
twice. Yeah, they did a good. Ace Fusion was here. Marion Watkins, I went live with her, right,
We're
for an
super
interview.
excited about her.
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
Yes,
So
that's
we
right.
had a great. Yeah, we had a great time,
Yeah.
and
And
yeah,
she
yeah. I
talked.
love the fit.
Mhm.
I, yeah, yeah. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. I just
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
say that.
Oh yeah.
Every, every, everyone in the video are wonderful. I mean, they're all, they're beautiful outside, and I don't know them, but I'm sure that I'm sure they're beautiful inside too, and they have a lot of energy when they were dancing around and doing all that stuff. People like me who are super lazy nowadays. When I look at that, I'm like, wow, what? I gotta hang out with them more. They're like bubbly and happy and not just naturally happy, mind over body.
Right.
So how did you guys put that stuff to you and your colleagues put that stuff together? I like all the balloon, like the colors, the balloons, like those long stuff coming in all at the same time.
That was Right. The professional video that was created by our videographer. So he did our event last year, and he's doing our event there. It's Jeremy. He's a local dancer also and instructor, and he is also a videographer. So he did that video for me for promotions. So the event is called Just Dance Tampa Bay. It is the second year that I am doing this event. It is pretty much a celebration of dance, all different types of dances. It's not a salsa and bachata congress. Of course, salsa and bachata are going to be stronger in this festival because that's where my base is from. But the confirmed workshops that are there are going to be salsa, bachata, kizomba, urban kids, zouk, contemporary, Latin, cha-cha-cha. There's going to be Indian dances. So there's going to be, I may be saying this wrong. Bhangra, I think, is one of the, I may be saying it wrong, but there's going to be belly dancing. There's going to be a little bit of everything. So it's a celebration. So all different types of dances under one roof for a whole weekend. And again, it's a huge for me, right? And not that I don't have enough on my plate already, but it is my passion. It's what I want to bring to the community, that I just want people to dance. I just want you to dance. That's why it's called Just Dance Tampa Bay, because it doesn't matter what you dance, how you dance. I just want everyone to feel the power of dance, what dance does in your life, for sure. So that is going to be held in August in Tampa at the Hilton Tampa Airport West Shore. It's a small event, right? So it's not that it's not as long as, like, let's say, Salsa Congress, right? Hopefully that's eventually what I would like to grow to be, right? But it's like a pre-party on Thursday at my studio, and then Friday and Saturday at the hotel with over 40 workshops, nightly shows, salsa room and a bachata room, and there's going to be an everything room, and the everything room will play kizomba, urban kids, hip hop, freestyle, all different types of music. And then we just got approved to get to have a silent party. So we're going to have a silent party that's going to go from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So we approved 2 days ago. So we're super excited about that. So it's an event that we're going to hopefully hold annually. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And for you guys, I had heard you in the beginning of this video that, if anybody is a member of Cool Folks, that they would get a discount. I'm willing to offer that as well. And we can talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, if anybody is a member of Cool Folks, I would definitely give them a discount, to come in and enjoy the festival with us, for sure.
Tell your husband I know a divorce lawyer that I want you to give him a divorce because I'm taking you. I don't care. I'm taking him. I'm taking him away from you. Okay, I'm taking. You better tell him now. He's gonna have to cook for himself. Find him another like Jennifer Lopez lookalike. I don't know. You tell him I'm yours. Okay, that is so sweet of you. Oh my God, you made my day. I was so grumpy all week. You made my day. That's nice of you. Oh my God. That's nice of you. Oh my God, I want to. God, I want to come to Tampa right now. That's very sweet of you, even though I'm not going to be there. That's oh my God, you're such a sweetheart. You're such a good person. Oh my God, I'm speechless. Call me by surprise. We're supposed to wait. That's the thing about we're supposed to rehearse this before you. I'm not supposed to be like, oh my God, on air. What's up with that? No, but seriously, that's nice of you. From the bottom of my heart,
Absolutely.
thank you. Okay, that's
Absolutely.
sweet of you. Oh my God, I'm speechless. You brought all of these people to Just Dance. I like that name. It makes sense. Just Dance. Yeah, doesn't matter if it's like belly
Correct.
dancing, salsa, cha-cha, Just Dance. You know something? I was gonna go to Bali, in New Brunswick, Piscataway, New Jersey. I was supposed to go to a Bollywood dance a couple Fridays ago, and I never did because it was raining and stuff. But I always wanted to go to one of those things. You know what? I mean, I never. I tried. Okay, I tried, before Maria, I tried
Mm-hmm.
um oh god, dance. I did ballroom
Okay.
dance, did
Mm-hmm.
tango in Boston, and then
Mm-hmm.
what did I try before bachata? I can't think straight. I think disco, and then I bachata was just for me because, I just it was just I don't know, it was just my personality and my nature. Okay, so I love it. So thank you so much. Okay. Oh wait. That's what you do have to go soon. Okay, so I don't want to keep you too much. Okay. Um, but I just want to say quickly, if you can just tell everyone real quickly, how much does it take to like put together like an event like that, like an organizer event? I know it takes a lot of work and stuff. So tell us real quickly before you go, how much effort it took to put that all together,
I
please.
mean, for Just Dance, it's every moment that I have in my day on the festival. It's again a huge project, and unfortunately, fortunately, we have a lot of great events happening in Florida, but it's very saturated, right? There's a lot of events, so it's tough for sure. It's definitely tough to promote. To because along of being a business, now I'm taking the role older, so it's very very challenging for sure. But everything so far, is I know it's going to be a successful event. The first year was a great event. This year I think it's going to be even better, and it's just going to get better and better as the year goes by, right? Of course, as a it's always a risk that you take as a business owner or a promoter, but I think it's worth it for sure. It's definitely worth it, and I think in the long run, it's gonna be great. It's already great, so I just think it's just going to get even better. My hopes is to eventually bring Fernando Sosa. I'm trying to bring him for year 3, for sure. So that's hopefully in the works. So I want to bring good artists. I want to bring artists that people are not able to get in Florida. You have to travel, right, to get these artists. But it's important for me to get artists that are also humble, if that makes sense. Like I'm being picky of who I'm bringing, right? Because I want that reputation and what I stand for to even be there for my festival. I still want that to be how I run my studio, how I am with my students, how I am as a person. I want that to reflect on the festival for sure. So it's only going to be better every year for sure.
Oh my God, congratulations. That's fabulous what you do. I can tell like when you talk, you're talking from the heart. You're not just talking,
Yes.
like a businessman woman. You're talking from the heart. And I like that. And I
Right.
appreciate that. And I respect people who are those, who are genuine and from here. You're not just doing it for the money.
Right.
You're doing it because you really care
Right.
about what you're doing.
Right.
And you want to make a difference in the overall impact. And
Absolutely.
you're growing the community. So, so I appreciate that. Um, I know you're out of time. You have to go. I want you to come back. In the fall semester. We can talk more.
Absolutely.
Actually, no. You know what? Let's spice it up. I'm going to bring your husband online to talk with me, and then you go in the back
Yeah.
room. So, I would love to interview your man. I got some questions for him. No, no, no.
Yeah.
But seriously, no, but seriously, that's not an interview. Yeah, but not you. No, but it would be great for you to come back. And thank you for offering the discount and everything you said. I want you to continue.
Absolutely.
You know that. I want you to continue sharing your events. Whenever you
Sure.
could, and anything you want to do. What are some last? How would you like to close this? What are some last minute words you would like to leave to everyone? Take it away.
I know that one of your questions that you were going to ask before was about how we can bring or how could each organizer support each other. If that,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. What
if
is that?
I would like to talk a little bit about that, not because I don't have
Oh, okay.
much
That's
time,
perfect.
but
Okay,
um,
go ahead.
um, if there is an event that has already been in it's been happening for weeks, I mean for years. You know, there's two sides to it, right? So for me, for example, for since 2015, I hold an event called Bachata Mania. It's the first month, and I was the only one that had an Bachata social, only social, and I started that. And um, I'm not telling people not to have an ambition, right? Because we can't, you know, people have ambition and they want to do their own thing, and I'm all for that. But there is sometimes, you know, in order for us to support each other and to grow the dance community, I think we should be a little bit more mindful and respectful to other organizers, perhaps, especially if they have an event that they've had for, right? Um, Now there's a flip side to it, right? If there's someone that wants to have an event every, now you can't get upset, ambition, and wants to do their own thing. If you're day through or Sunday through Saturday and there's no other days, you know, the other person is going to have to make sense, right? So I guess bottom line is a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of people have egos, and they think that there's not enough for everybody. There's enough for every, right? You don't, right, wherever they are going to go, wherever they want to go, right? But we don't own our students, and I think that it's important, if they are going to a venue or they're going to a dance class, and the owner, teacher, organizer, whatever the case may be, says, don't, because you're betraying me, or that's a red flag, right? Because you're going to go where you want to go, right? And I feel like in order for us to support our dance community and to grow our dance community, right? Everyone wants to preach and say, oh, you know, the unity, let's do that. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, everyone is themselves, right? And the only advice I can give, right, is I have my events going on, and I know sometimes it conflicts with other people, and it's not personal. It's not like you know, it's not personal. It's some, you know, days, so many happening, and we got to pick a day, right? But you know, just try to be mindful and be respectful to businesses or studios or teachers or whatever the case may be that have paved. And I think that's where I would like to leave everything with: be mindful, be respectful, um, and know that you don't own your students.
Can you do me one big favor before we go? Very important. Very, 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 very important.
Yes.
Okay? This will go down in media history forever. Show everyone your nails.
Yes.
I love them. Show. I just saw. I love your nails. Please. I love how you did the nail. The reason I love how you did it. The reason I love it because I used to work in Macy's in retail. I couldn't find a job many years ago in Paramus, New Jersey, many years ago, and then I ended up selling shoes for 8 years. And when you work in retail, and you know how a man or a woman dresses, so especially women's got used to working shoes. So I'm always looking at a woman, how she dressed, her nails, her shoes. So when I dance with a woman, this is weird. And any of you ladies that dance with me know this. A guy typically looks, you remember when you danced with your husband, he first looked at your, he didn't look at your shoes. You know what I would do? I would look down at your feet. I would look. Isn't it weird? When I first danced with someone, I would don't look up, or I don't look at. A man normally looks at a woman's hair. That's human nature of a man. What do? That's when I broke my neck when I'm dancing with a woman. And she's like, Roswell, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at your shoes. My shoes? Shouldn't you be looking at something else? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. You know. So that's how it's just who I am. I can't help it. It's a bad habit. But so I noticed your nails throughout the interview, and I was waiting for close it with show everyone how you did it. It's like natural. It's that's all.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it
That's
was done
okay.
correctly. So I
That's
just
okay.
wanted everyone to see how pretty it looks.
Thank you.
Okay, you got to go. You got a family. You have to go. I just I got a grumpy old mom that I got to go to. So, oh God, help me.
Absolutely.
Anyway, it was good talking to you. Thank you for
Yes,
everything you
so
said
much for
that
having
you've
me.
done, and in a fall semester we can do this again and and everything.
Absolutely.
And when I come back
Okay.
down south, God willingly, after
Come visit me.
this
Yes.
winter, I'm gonna now that I know you and stuff, I'm gonna come down and give you a big hug and stuff, and if you're ever in New York, if you come back to New York, whatever, let me know or whatever. Oh, you were
Yeah.
just okay.
Yeah, my husband's nephew had a baby shower that we had to attend. It was really important that we attended that baby shower. So we were there for a couple of days, just him and I, which that doesn't happen a lot because we have a lot of children and a lot of grandchildren, but it was just him and I. So it was nice for sure.
Real quickly, how did it feel to come back? Like, did you miss that hustle and bustle? Like, uptown, downtown, uptown.
By day 2, I was ready to come back home.
I know they say that. They say when you leave the city. I hear everyone was in Georgia. I'll be honest with you. When you leave the north, come down south, it's like you don't come back. It takes a long time to come back up here.
Right.
You fall in love with the South, especially
Right.
Florida. I mean,
Right.
it's like summertime every day.
Yes.
So it's like so. But
Yeah, it's very different.
all right, my dear. Go to bed.
Very
It was
different.
nice talking to you.
Yes. Too.
No.
Thank you so much for having me.
No.
Absolutely.
Okay. You too. I'm sorry about the internet connection here. I know things were kind of slow with me with the phone. So sometimes when you speak, I'm like, huh? I'm looking at you. I'm like, I'm pretending that I'm here. So I'm sorry about that. I have to work on this when you come back in the autumn.
Okay.
So forgive me, okay? Forgive me. But you did a great job.
Not
Thank
a
you for everything.
Okay.
Okay. Go to bed now, okay?
Right.
You need your 8 hours sleep. Go
Awesome.
to
I
bed.
will. Okay. Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.